She works to keep control of Congress. She's looking to replace Bob Corker, who announced he's retiring from the Senate back in September. But Blackburn has a tough battle ahead of her. Her opponent, Democrat and former Governor Phil Bredesen, has been gaining some momentum heading into these summer months. Joining us now is Tennessee Senate candidate and Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. Glad to have you on the program. A big day and a busy evening ahead of you. So how are things shaping up for you and your race?
Things are shaping up so well. We're really excited about the momentum that we're seeing all across the state. People will tell you tax cuts are working. They want to see more of them. They want to see more federal judges, and they're looking at that Supreme Court. They're pleased with President Trump's agenda. And Sandra, I've got to tell you, we are so pleased to have him with us in Nashville today. Big crowds are already forming at Municipal Auditorium. People have been camped out since late yesterday, and it's going to be a great day today in Tennessee. Sounds like a lot of excitement indeed, Congresswoman.
And I've got to address the most recent polling in the state, and this is the Real Clear Politics average. It's the average of three different polls in that state right now, and your opponent Bredesen is leading in that average. In a state where President Trump overwhelmingly won, 61% of the vote, why do you think that this is so close right now?
I think it is close because my opponent did serve as governor for 2 terms, and he has run statewide 3 times. This would be his 4th statewide race, and people are familiar with his name.
Interesting. You know, and obviously the president's heading down there tonight. You have embraced his policies. I think that you have voted in line with the president 90% of the time. There's some question about perhaps the overestimation of how conservative your state is. Where do you think things stand now compared to where voters were in 2016?
Well, I think what you do is go back and look at where voters were the last time my opponent ran statewide. And now you have our congressional delegation is primarily Republican. Our governor is Republican. You have supermajorities in the state house and the state senate. And by the way, most of those state reps and state senators have already endorsed my candidacy. And the state has changed quite a bit. We are a red state, and when that blue wave comes to Tennessee this year, if there is a blue wave, then it is going to run into what I call the Great Red Wall. It is the people of this state who are determined that we're not only going to win my Senate seat, we're going to win the governor's race, and we're going to keep those supermajorities in the state house and the state senate.
You know, I know a lot of this is going to come down to how women vote in your state, Congresswoman. This is something you are extremely in tune with. And in fact, at one point, I think you asked to be addressed as Congressman Blackburn, right? You wanted to undo the PC nature of the country, a lot that we've heard from the president as well. But your ability to win over the female vote right now in a state where Vanderbilt University says 54% of male Tennessee voters approve of Trump, over only 48% of female voters do. So how do you get women to come out and vote for you?
Women are focused primarily on a couple of things. And number one is the economic security issue. And they know that their lives are getting better every single day under the policies of Donald Trump. Tax cuts are working. More jobs are out there. They are seeing, so many of these communities are seeing broadband, high-speed internet come into their communities for the first time, and I have led that initiative on closing the digital divide for the last 5 years in Congress. Second thing is security in their communities, and they know that President Trump is committed to building a wall, securing that southern border, ending sanctuary city policies, and getting gangs out of our communities and off our streets. That is things that they support.
In fact, that is something you embrace along with the president. The president just tweeted this: repeal the GOP tax cuts. No chance. This is too good to be true for Republicans. Remember, the Nancy Pelosi Dems are also weak on crime, the border, and want to be gentle and kind to MS-13 gang members. Not good. This is something that you have campaigned hard on, and you aligned right up there with Donald Trump.
Yes, I do. And people want their communities, their children, their families to be safe. They want to know that when they go to college, when they go to public events, they're going to be safe. They want to know that gangs are not going to threaten their streets and their communities. So, and when it comes to the tax cuts, I got to tell you, Sandra, when you look at the way that tax cuts are working in Tennessee, jobs, growing jobs, wages increasing, unemployment is down. These are the policies people want to see more of, and I can't believe you would have somebody file a bill to try to repeal the tax cuts. These are helping to raise wages. You're seeing rising wages. You are seeing jobs growth. People are seeing companies expand. I was here in Tennessee in a manufacturing plant recently, and they were clearing out of space, bringing in new equipment, and adding a full third shift. That is the type of result people are wanting to see, and it's happening.
We'll see how it translates in the state. A lot of people watching this race to see how the president's popularity transfers. He's going to be there tonight for you. I know it's going to be an entertaining night as well. Trace Atkins is going to be kicking things off at that rally.
That's right.
All right, Congresswoman, thank you for your time.
Good to be with you. Bye-bye.